Alright, so I've decided I'm going to work in my sketchbook for this, but again, remember you could do this on any paper. So I'm going to take that paper that I folded, and you could even fold your sketchbook up like halfway, and that'll make a very straight horizon line. You can use a straight edge. What you can do is make sure the ruler is lined up to the edge right here, and then you just draw your line. And so I'm going to go ahead and draw this in. There's my horizon line. So remember, from your vocabulary, your horizon line is kind of eye level. It's where, if you're looking at a painting of like the ocean, it's where like the ocean and the sky meet. It's where the land and the sky meet. It's that kind of furthest point, and it's always straight. Even though the earth is round, it's straight because that's kind of what we can see. And then the next thing you do is you put in your 2 points, one on this side and one on this side, and these are my vanishing points. So this is for 2-point perspective. I will make a short video reviewing 1-point perspective as well. So remember, you're going to need this for the drawing that you're going to do of a building. We're just building up to it. Okay, so I have my vanishing points, and I'm sorry it's like backwards because I can't flip my camera right now. So I have my vanishing points. For you guys, the requirement is that you do, I'm going to try to write this backwards. You do 3 boxes. Wait. 3? Oh, it's that one. Yeah. You're going to do 3 boxes above the horizon line, 3 on the horizon line, and 3, sorry, I meant to write it backwards, and 3 below. What that means is they could be anywhere as long as there's 3 somewhere up here. There's 3 on the line, and there's 3 below. And how you're going to start then is, with 2-point perspective, you always start with the edge of the box. So you're going to start with a vertical line going down. We'll start on the horizon line because those are kind of the easiest ones to do. I'm going to take my little postcard. And remember, the longer you make the line, the longer your box is. Okay, so I start off with that corner, and the next thing I do is I line these bottom parts. I'm going to draw a line from this top part to that vanishing point. So I line up, make sure it's nice and lined up. I hold it with my hand like that, and then I just slide over. Remember, you're going to erase these guidelines, so you want to make them kind of light. You don't have to push down. Or what you can do is you can push down for the first part and then ease up on the pressure on the last part. Same thing on the other side. Line up, make the line. Line up, make the line. So now I have like, it looks like a big wall or like a big kite. I need to close off my boxes. So I need to make a straight line. This line is parallel to this line, meaning they'll never touch. They shouldn't be like going towards each other. They should be parallel. So I'm just going to slide my straight edge or my ruler, whatever you have, over here. And I have that. And then I'm going to slide it to the other edge to close off my box. Okay? So what you're going to do right now, you're going to erase your horizon line. And that is going to give you your box. You can also erase these guidelines. And that is going to be your box. Okay? So that's on the line. So you can do those anywhere. Remember, the taller you make your line, that's going to dictate your box or your rectangular prism, whatever's in there. So now I'm going to do one for the top and the bottom. I'm going to go to this corner. I start off with my edge. The top and the bottom, they can be a little bit tricky, but you want to think of it as like a floating shoebox. So I do the same thing, line up the top and the bottom edge. This one's a little bit farther, so I'm going to use a longer piece of paper to do this. And you can see like I got a little sloppy right there. I didn't kind of line it up. I can go back and just fix that now. Otherwise, it might be a problem later. Okay, so then it ends right there. Line up the edge. What I'm going to do, line up the edge. I'm going to show you how to do this a little bit faster towards the end. Once you get the hang of it, it'll go a lot faster. Okay, so I have like, it looks like a wall with wall and space right now. I'm going to do my other step, slide it over, close off the box, slide it over, close off the box. And then now, this is the tricky part. The end of this side, you line up that corner and it goes to that vanishing point. They go to the opposite vanishing points. So they go kind of like that to make the bottom of the box. So like I was saying, it's almost like, imagine a shoebox floating in space. You would be able to see the bottom. If it was on the floor, if you were looking down on it, you would be able to see the top. So that's basically what we're creating with our lines right now. These little floating shoeboxes. Okay? And then I can erase my lines. I can go back and kind of make these lines that I'm going to keep a little bit darker. Some people like to keep the guidelines because it shows them kind of all the work that they did and they can see everything lined up. It's up to you if you want to keep them or partially erase them, however you want to do that. So now I'm going to do a bottom one for you very quickly. Let's see, somewhere, do it right here. And I'm going to try to do kind of a big box. So I would just make my horizontal line a little bit bigger, right? Compared to these ones, it's a lot longer. So that's the corner of my box. And now, same thing. Now, with this one, I'm not going to go all the way. I want my box to stop right here, so I'm just going to line up, but I'm not going to draw my line all the way. Same thing for this side. I'm going to kind of guesstimate, and then that's it. And then I just have that. Same thing for this side. Guesstimate. Okay. And then, so these were kind of guessed, so I'm going to stop a little bit before them. And then just erase. Make sure when you slide that you're not tilting your straight edge. You want it to be a straight slide over. Okay. All right, and I can erase these if I want to. It's really good to erase them in the beginning because then it kind of gives you a cleaner look. But again, they're push-ups, you know? You're just trying to get used to it. This edge goes that way. This edge goes that way. Okay. Lead pencil sharp. Okay, so I have my box. And again, some people like to leave the little trails. It's up to you. Remember, they're just push-ups for now. You are only required to do 3 right here, 3 on the line, and 3 above the horizon line. So again, you're not required to do more than that, but it is better, especially if you're having trouble with it. If you want to, I encourage you to fill the page as much as you can. At some point, you're going to get really comfortable with this. Once you do, I would encourage you to kind of freehand it. So you can start off, once you get the idea of, okay, I'm going to do a vertical line. That's the edge of my box, right? I can kind of ghost my hand over to those vanishing points, and I can kind of get a feel for what that is going to be, and I can lightly sketch them that way. Same thing for this end. I can line up with that vanishing point. And I would encourage you to try this too, to try some freehand perspective. It really kind of helps you appreciate the straight edge a little bit, but then it also kind of helps give you confidence, like to be able to see space. And so again, this one goes that way. And you can also think of it like this line, because they're going to the same vanishing point, they're going to be parallel to each other. So it's almost like that slide that you did right here. You're doing a slide right here. And then same thing for this one. they're going to the same vanishing point, so they would make a slide. The only thing is that when you freehand it, your boxes, the angles of the lines start to go up, so it starts to look like it's kind of coming up sometimes. But again, your eye starts to see that, and it's good because it trains your eye to kind of see what's good perspective or what's a little bit off. So it's almost like it's helping you also process it. So that's your goal for the next 2 days, is to get these boxes done in preparation for our next step. And I encourage you to, if you want to start shading these, if you want to start putting like patterns on them, if you want to start doing other things to this as well, whatever you have time for, go ahead and do that on your paper. It could be in your sketchbook, it could be on line paper, it could be on a random piece of paper. It's up to you. Just as long as I see that you have your horizon line, your vanishing points, your 3 boxes, 3 above, 3 on, and 3 below, you should be okay. Remember to email me if you have questions, and good luck.